Hey guys, so this is my brand new, used Countryman JCW. So in this video, I'm going to take a full detailing process of this car over here. Now, this video is dedicated for people who like detailing, or maybe you just got a new car and you just don't know what to do with it, why coating, why waxing. So I'm going to walk you through the whole process of what I do to detail my car, and that includes paint correction, PPF, coating, and even tints as well. And more importantly, I'm going to cover why we do this, okay? Before the video starts, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Xpel Malaysia, for sponsoring this space and the location, and also using their products for my Countryman JCW, right? More of that in this video, so stay tuned. All right, we got the car into the wash bay, and we're going to start our detailing process, and we start first by washing the car. And for the washing and the detailing part, paint correction part, I got my friend here, Rhysson, all the way from Miyagi's. Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate it, man. Right? So I learned detailing from this guy. I do a lot of polishing, and all my cars are being taken care of from him from the very beginning. So Rhysson, what do you think about the Countryman?
Not mini.
Not mini? Or not so mini after all?
Not so small.
But you know what I like about this car? It looks kind of like a Countryman, but it goes pretty damn fast, 300 horsepower, so I can tow people with this car, right?
You had to get the JCW, right?
Of course, why not, right? Why not? Okay. But anyways, right? So I'm here with Rhysson, not because only he does the detailing and does a great work with the car. Big shout out to his studio, Miyagi's. Put a link in his Instagram. So to find out more about his detailing work, polishing, paint correction, coating, can reach out to him. Highly recommend, okay? All my cars are taken care of by him. So, big myth to debunk. New cars, do they need paint correction or not? Because I know I do. Most people think that new cars are nice and pristine and perfect. So why do we need paint correction?
Okay, contrary to popular beliefs that, you know, when your car leaves the showroom or when it leaves the factory, it's perfectly good and everything. I mean, yeah, for the most part, it is good, it's pristine, it's as new as it can be already. Yeah. But, you know, after it leaves the factory, it has to go to the stockyard, or it goes to the showroom, or, you know, somebody's going to handle your car. And even if it's sitting out in the stockyard, sometimes it's open space, open air, so it's going to get rain, get all sorts of grime and dirt. So people who are handling your car, from keeping it clean, keeping it, you know, fresh for your collection, especially pre-collection, they're going to wash it, they're going to wipe it, sometimes with a dirty rag, sometimes they're just going to polish it with a rotary machine. So when you actually inspect it under light, you're going to notice that there's going to be swirls, holograms, all sorts of defects. So why we do paint correction is because we want to correct all that before we put on a layer of protection.
Okay, so yeah, new cars need correction as well. So if you want more advice around it, you can either contact Xpel or contact Miyagi to find out more about it.
Okay, so next, let's have a look at the condition of the paint. We assess the paint, understand what is going on the paint, what kind of defects we are facing, and how are we going to sort them out. Okay, so right off the bat, we look at the hood, we can already notice a few things. There's a stone chip down here. We have a really deep scratch here that looks almost through the clear coat. We'll have to polish them, we'll find out. And there's also a lot of scratches around here, around this headlight, There's also some watermarks here and there. Other than that, around the side we can also see some scratches, especially around the door handles, up here, and on the roof, especially because it's black in color, the watermarks are a lot more obvious. And it is the roof, typically with the hood and the roof, and if you have a sedan, the top of the boot will always have a lot of watermark because water tends to sit there and dries in the sun.
Alright, so that's a really good assessment from Rhysson. But I just want to discuss this before you start correcting the paint. How do we prevent such things? So some of the viewers out there, you care about the car. How do we stop this from happening to our car?
First of all, we understand why is it that this happened. Watermarks is simply because we have water drying on the car. itself, leaving behind minerals. And then scratches typically is from bad handling, whether it's washing, drying, or just wiping your car. So a good way to prevent this is of course with some good products like ceramic coating, which will make it a lot more resistant to scratch and also a lot more resistant to watermarks as well. But more important is to have proper handling of the car, washing it with proper methods, 2 buckets, good towels, good mitts, that kind of stuff.
The basics, right?
Yeah,
just
the basics. It's really just the basics.
Yeah, and a lot of people kind of miss that as well. Now, the other thing I add on top is to actually applying PPF. That helps you have an extra sacrificial layer. And with Xpel's PPF, it does have a self-healing, so it actually helps. If you scratch the car by any chance, you can actually heal with its property, right?
Yep,
but
definitely.
typically, we still don't want to stress the PPF. You want to, as much as possible, do the right things, right?
Yep, definitely.
All right, so that's something to note. Okay, let's start the paint correction process.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south.
Okay, so I just did the pass on the roof and we're dealing mainly with watermarks as Rhysson pointed out earlier. Again, they're all minerals, okay? And look at this, I just did a little pass and look how black it is. It's kind of, that's all the minerals, okay? Again, that's why you want to make sure you clean your car often and you want to make sure that if you have coating on top of it, it will resist more of the watermarks, okay? So, how we typically deal with this is that you have to, polish it one round, and this is what we call the mow down technique, which I learned from Larry Cosilla's channel, the MO NYC channel. So, you're going to mow away all the watermarks, then only you can start correcting. What a lot of people might do is that they get impatient and they just want to get it done quickly. You're picking up all the minerals and then you're introducing it back to the pad and scratching all over. So you want to mow it down and you want to use an air gun to blow it away. Then you got a fresh pad, then only you start correcting, right? So let's go and I'll show you how it looks like.
Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my out, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need
Alright, so now we've done the mow down of the minerals and then now we got a pretty decent finish on the top, right? There are some scratches still over here, but I'm not going to really chase after the scratches because it's on top of the car. As long as it looks nice and shiny, that's typically fine, right? But remember this, when you're polishing a car, paint correcting a car, you're always removing layers of clear coat. So for me, I think the roof is not a part that you necessarily have to have the best finish. It just has to look nice. So I'm just going to leave it like this, and without the watermarks, it's just like worlds better. I'm going to show you later on with a little before after. It's just worlds better without the watermarks, right?
Many hours later.
Okay guys, so after approximately 5 hours-ish of 2 men working on the car, its paint correction is done. Now, we're not chasing after the best level of paint correction. Take in mind that this is a daily car, it's going to be used, and I don't expect this car to be the best condition. So, but we got it up to a pretty good gloss, isn't it? Check it out, right? Very different from before. The gloss is much more clear, and typically the paint just kind of pops up a little bit more. So that's what paint correction can do for your car. Now, what's next? We're going to do PPF, right? Paint protection film, and then you put on coating on top of it. With that, the Xpel team will take over. The expert crew of PPF installers are going to take over, and then they're going to install PPF, and that's going to be tomorrow, right? With that, we're going to fast forward to tomorrow so you can watch the PPF clip. Hey guys, welcome to day 2, right? Come on in. So this is where all the PPF installation is done. We got a Lotus Elise 250 Cup, awesome car. We got a Porsche Cayenne, right? And we have the Mini Countryman JCW, all right? So we're actually on the PPF installation process. Now this is something of interest to some people who want PPF on their car, but they have a budget constraint or concern, right? Now, most people would think, if I want to do PPF, I need to do my whole car, and that entails a higher cost. And a lot of people do not recommend half PPF means like the front only PPF because there's a difference in its color. Now, here's what I like about Xpel. Xpel's PPF has a warranty against discoloration, okay? And this car obviously is red, so you can't really see the discoloration. But with my Spyder, for more than 2 years of using Xpel's PPF, there is no obvious difference between the front dead eye PPF and the side panel, right? Now, after that, we're gonna have coating put all across the car just to make the car look nice and glossy, right? So that's something for you to take note. If I'd rather that you actually use a higher grade PPF for the front only than using a poor grade PPF all over the car. Okay, I should make it clear when I spoke about quality. What do I mean by it? See, when you go out and buy PPF, there's a lot of different brands out there and they will say, hey, we're using TPU, which is the same material as Xpel, so why pay more? Or, you know, you have the same amount of warranty or even a longer warranty than Xpel. So why should you choose Xpel, for example? And this is on my personal preference. I prefer to choose a higher quality item. What I commonly see among my friends or car enthusiasts who choose a lower grade PPF, you will see discoloration, you will see cracking, sometimes even shrinking of the PPF. Now, I'm just speaking from my experience. Using Xpel's PPF, I have not experienced any of those things. And the best part is when it's time to peel off the PPF, it does not destroy the paint, all right? The whole idea about PPF is to protect your paint, okay? I just want the front protected and the rest of it, I won't put PPF. Rather than spending the same amount of money and wrap the whole car and risk having all these issues down the road. That's what I meant about having a better quality PPF. All right, so I'm only doing the front PPF because this car doesn't go on track. It's not going to dive down B roads and stuff like that. I just need some protection to make sure my car looks nice and pristine all year round. Okay, so that's why I choose only the front. And if you're going to do that, it's a valid option as well. Now let's move our attention to the tints. Okay, now for the side windows, I want more security. So the XC range is the one that provides a security tint. So it means that if somebody hits the tint, it won't shatter, right? So I do want that sort of protection. Now the other thing that's good on Xpel's tints is its level of clarity, okay? Now if you look at this, it's pretty dark. So from the outside, you can see it's pretty dark. Now you would think that from the interior, it's really, really dark and you can't have clarity, right? So I want you to just come right in. Just look at that. It's actually pretty clear, right? It's like almost there's nothing. That's what I like about Xpel's tints. They're all high quality and you can achieve, you know, a certain level of darkness on the outside without disturbing your level of clarity, right? So if you want more information about the PPF and also the tints, put the link in the description below to find out more about their products.
The next day.
Hey guys, so the car has been protected with PPF and right now we're going to go in the coating phase, all right? First and foremost, I do want to let you know the importance of having coating on top of your PPF because it's commonly asked, Thomas, if I already have PPF, do I need coating? Well, my recommendation is yes, you should have it, and here's the reason why. PPF is a form of plastic and under heat or expansion and shrinking, dirt will get trapped into there, right? And what the coating does, it helps it retain that gloss and help resist some of the dirt and it makes cleaning much easier. So I would highly recommend that you install that on top of your PPF, right? Talking about coating, I want to show you something that's really different about coating. See, Xpel developed different kinds of coating. They got the coating for PPF, but also coating for trim. Okay, so when I talk about plastics, the Mini Cooper or the Mini Countryman is a great example of having a lot of plastic trims around the car. So here is one of the largest one around the wheel arc. And these plastics over time, because of UV damage, they start to fade into sort of a greyish kind of look. And because it covers quite a big part of the car, it makes the car look kind of old. So how do we take care of these plastics? You can actually coat it. And one of the properties of coating is to resist UV damage, right? Now, for a used car like this one over here, you have an opportunity also to revitalize and refresh the color. So take a look over here. This is the old one, which is kind of damaged. There's like spots of damage up and down, so it doesn't look that dark. But if you look over here, there's this uniform matte finish to it. And that's what the coating does. Now, this is going to get even better as the coating starts to solidify and cure. It will start to look even better. Now, for another reference is this. This is actually the front air intake cover or trim, okay? Just look at this one. This is the old one. And you can see like there are scratches, they start to fade into white, they start peeling here and there, and that one looks sort of like this as well. But check this out. After we coat it, look at that. As good as new, right? So this is one of the reasons why I like Xpel's coating as well. They have a specific coating to deal with your trims, right? And my experience of using it in my cars, my mom's Volvo, for example, the trims hold up really, really well even after a lot of abuse, okay? So here's the thing, Xpel takes their work really, really seriously. Not only they have PPF, like I said earlier, you have the coating, which is called Fusion Plus. It is built for paint and PPF, and then they have the ceramic coating, also for the plastic and trim, different functions. And then they even have it for wheels and calipers. That's how you protect your rims from brake dust, keeping it nice and glossy and makes it easy to clean as well, right? All these different Fusion Plus coating were designed for different kind of use, right? So that's what, so when you send your car to Xpel, you get different kind of protection, not just the PPF, but also the coating for all parts of your car as well. Okay guys, we are fully done with the detailing process and it's time to drive this car away. Now before I do that, I want to walk you around the car to just highlight some minute details that perhaps is important when you're going to PPF or going to coat your car, right? So as you can see, it's nice and shiny. One thing I love about Xpel's PPF, it has a really nice gloss, and some people may not know is that there is a clear coat actually designed on top of the PPF, and that's why when you install it, it just looks nice and glossy all year round, right? Of course, the coating helps as well, right? Now take a look at the stripes. Remember last time, before the coating, it was actually matte. Now it's actually glossy because when you apply a PPF that's gloss, you're going to show the gloss. There's also another PPF that Xpel offers. When you apply it on the car, it gives it a nice matte look. So it's another thing you can play with when installing PPF with Xpel, right? So come around the corner, I'm going to show you some other things with the car as well. Now remember, the side B-pillars with this piano black trims. Now those guys can be really scratched up, especially when they're getting used. So one way is either to polish it, or the other thing is you can actually install a PPF on top of it. And after installing it, all the scratches are gone. No holograms, nothing. It's just nice and clean. It looks pretty nice now, isn't it? Right? Okay, so you can actually do that for your B-pillars and your piano trims. In fact, I highly recommend if you're getting new to do that. And the best part about this PPF is that it has a self-healing property, okay? So I want to see the side. I want you to just take a look at the side here. Look at the plastic trims, man. Looks as good as new. Then come to the rear. Look at that. All of that just looks nice and new. That's the effect of Xpel's plastic trim ceramic coating, right? I really adore what they do to your car, right? Again, if you've got plastic trims, just like how a normal Mini is or a Countryman, you have to protect them to make sure it looks nice and new. But overall, man, oh yeah, one more last thing. Come here. This little thing over here, this little, it's not even a real vent, right? But this thing gets really scratched up, right? For some reason, because maybe people wash their car and stuff like that, it's just really scratched up. Again, one way is to polish it, which takes a lot of time, and then even if you don't protect it, it's going to get scratched up again. After a PPF layer, looks brand new and keeps protecting the car, right? So yeah, guys, that's the full detailing process. I'm super satisfied. As always, they always do a great job on my cars. Thank you again to Rhysson from Miyagi's for doing the paint correction part of the car, right? If you want to find out more about Xpel's products, link in the description below. Check out their PPF, and you know, if you've got different budgets, it's all fine. You've got different thickness of PPF from 8mm to 10mm, 7mm. We've also got different ranges of window tints, also ceramic coating, right? All the solutions you need to protect your car. Okay, so if you want more information about it, again, link in the description. And you want to discuss more about what to do with your car, maybe you have some questions, hit me up with a comment below or hit me up in Instagram. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, right? With that, thank you so much for watching. The last thing I've got to do right now is to get this car and back on the road, all right? Love you guys, thanks for watching, and keep it 100. Ciao.